All right. So have you ever felt like completely overwhelmed with like to-do lists and stuff and struggling to keep your team like motivated?
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely been there.
Sure, sure.
And that's exactly why we are diving into the 1 Minute Manager today.
Yeah,
It's it's a classic for a reason.
it is.
It cuts through all that complex management theory stuff and just gives you practical, actionable techniques that you can use right away.
Yeah, and what's really refreshing about it is that it doesn't, treat management like it's some mystical art or anything.
Right.
It really boils it down to just like three simple but super powerful principles.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so 1-minute goals,
Okay.
1-minute praisings,
Ah,
and 1-minute
right.
reprimands.
Of 1 minute goals. That
Yeah,
sounds almost too good to be true.
right.
So are we talking like you're setting goals that only take a minute to achieve?
No, not exactly. It's
Okay.
more about like clarity and being concise. The whole idea is to work with each employee, and define their goals so that they're specific and measurable and really easy to understand.
Right.
And get this all on a single page.
Wow.
So imagine like everyone on your team knowing exactly what they're working towards,
Right.
no confusion, no misinterpretations.
So no more of those vague objectives
Exactly.
or goals getting lost in a million emails.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a game changer for sure.
For sure.
But even with clear goals, it's so easy to get just bogged down in a million little tiny tasks.
Oh, yeah.
How does the 1 Minute Manager deal with that?
Well, he's a big believer in the 80-20 rule.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
I have heard of that, yes.
So the idea that 80% of your results are coming from just 20% of your effort.
Oh, yeah.
So think about it. Are you spending like most of your time on tasks that have a really small impact on your overall goals?
Mhm.
The 1-Minute Manager really encourages you to figure out like what are those really vital tasks
Right.
and then focus your energy there.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It's working smarter, not harder.
totally.
But it's not all about, tasks and efficiency, is it?
No.
There's got to be a human element to management, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where the 1-minute praisings come in.
Okay.
This is where you catch people doing something right and you acknowledge it immediately.
Well, I like that.
Yeah, don't wait for like a formal review or anything.
Right.
Give very specific praise right then and there, highlight what they did well, how it benefits the team.
So it's like a little burst of positive reinforcement.
Exactly.
It makes people feel valued and appreciated
Yeah,
and hopefully encourages them to keep doing the great work.
exactly.
Do you have any examples of how this looks in practice?
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
let's say you have team member Sarah, and she just finished a presentation
Okay.
that totally impressed a client.
Okay.
So instead of just sending her a quick email, like, good job or something like that,
Yeah.
you go to her desk and say, Sarah, that presentation was amazing.
Nice.
You presented the data so clearly,
Yeah.
and the client was really engaged. I especially loved how you anticipated their questions
Okay, that's great.
and had those slides ready.
Smart.
That saved us so much time
for sure.
and helped us close the deal.
Wow. Yeah, that's so much more impactful than a generic well done.
Right.
It shows that you were paying attention and you genuinely appreciate her efforts.
Totally.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what about when things don't go so well?
Yeah.
How does the 1 Minute Manager handle those situations?
Well, that's where the 1-minute reprimands come in.
Okay, so I'm picturing a manager yelling at their employee for like a whole minute.
No. It's not like that at all. It's about addressing the behavior, immediately and directly,
Okay.
but in a way that's constructive.
So more like course correction than punishment.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you focus on the behavior, not the person.
Right.
You clearly explain what was wrong
Uh-huh.
and how it affected the team.
Okay.
And just like with praising, the timing is key.
Gotcha.
Because if you address it right away, it prevents it from, becoming a bigger problem later on.
Right.
And this actually ties into another important concept in the book.
Okay.